So, hey guys, it's your boy Dark Raku here with, well, a new what if. Kind of. It was a suggested what if. I was too lazy and too tired because I just got home like a while ago, but I'm too damn lazy to actually rewatch some of my other what ifs. So instead, I'm going to do the suggested what if that someone gave me. But yeah, or it was kind of suggested, but it was already kind of planned ahead. But yeah, whatever. For some reason, my subscribers slash commentators kind of predict the next what ifs somewhat that I'm already thinking. That are I kind of thought of and then I scratched it or something. But yeah. So before I kind of continue, I have another what if, but this what if is mostly for Tatsumi. Yeah, I have a what if that's called what if Tatsumi was the reincarnation, or it was like Benjimaru. Oh no, Benjimaru Shinma. If you don't know who he exactly is, he's from Fire Force. But yeah, but I had a what if like that, and I just kind of got reminded from someone kind of saying that you should do a what if Tatsumi was Gojo. But yeah, but not the point. Let me first go into this what if. This is called What If Issei was a reincarnation of Sukuna. Or yeah, reincarnation, incarnation, whatever you like to call it. But let me explain how this is going to work. He's not going to know he's not going to know that he's Sukuna exactly. Actually, he doesn't know. But let me explain. And also, mostly this what if is also, and he got betrayed. Mostly that's what they suggested, but yeah. But not the point. Let me go in with this what if because I already thought of like the whole story after kind of reading that comment one time. I think it was today or yesterday, I don't remember. But not the point. Let me do this what if. I am not too tired, but when I get tired enough and I keep rambling or mumbling on with this what if, I'm literally just gonna just like not pause it, but just like end the recording, upload it, and then just fall asleep. Okay, that's what I do. Right now, I'm not feeling too tired, probably because I drank like a lot of fucking caffeine in school just to wake my ass up. But yeah, not the point. Let me begin. I'm rambling on, but yeah. So let me begin with this what if. But yeah, we go into mostly the fight between Vali and Issei. That whole fight, not the fight in the school where what's it called, the Chaos Patrol kind of attack or whatever. Did I call it Patrol? No, I mean Chaos Group attack with Volley kind of obliterating some of them and then changing sides after a while, mostly attacking, mostly Azil. Of course, this is where everyone was surprised, but this is where, Issei kind of saw how Volley kind of threatening his parents like he was going to fucking murder them to make, Issei kind of become Sasuke and Volley being Itachi. That's how I always saw the situation. I don't know. That situation just reminded me straight up of Sasuke and Itachi. I will kill your parents literally to make you become an Avenger. Okay, Itachi, what the fuck? Not the point. I'm rambling on. Okay, sorry about that. But of course, Issei was walking towards what's it called? Mostly, he did kind of go into Balance Breaker and did kind of fought against Volley. Of course, that whole fight still happens. It's mostly a scuffle, but yeah, it wasn't that much of a fight because Issei doesn't really know how to fight entirely. But yeah, it's mostly a kind of like his battle fight is mostly punch really fucking hard. That's pretty much his fighting style. But not the point. This is where, he gets like smacked down to the ground pretty easily by, Volley. And Volley says, "Is that all you have? Quite pathetic, now that I say. How are you supposed to be the Red Dragon Emperor? Oh, wait. Then again, I am much more powerful than you. I come from a bloodline of such superior power. And you don't come from anything. Your parents must be really disappointed in you. Then again, if I kill them, they won't feel too disappointed because they're in a better place." He's grinning at Issei. Issei gets up right now, angry and annoyed. And this is where, Azo doesn't actually like give him that whole encouragement, like divide the whole breasting or whatever. And this is where, Issei was about to get up. This is where he was about to explode with rage until something happens. This is where Drake says, "I'm losing connection." This is where Issei gets out of Balance Breaker and was confused. This is where Volley was already charging up attack before anything else happened. This is where he launches it at, well, Issei. Issei was confused with him losing Balance Breaker. But when he looks at his arm, he saw golden, black, and red chains appearing on it. This is where when he turns around, he sees none other than Azel, Sir Zex, and even, well, Michael Stop, using their magic to literally seal off Drake from, Issei from using any more of the Balance Breaker or any more power. This is where, Issei then looks at what's it called, the blast, the beam, and this is where it kind of ripped through his chest, and this is where he coughed up blood. This is where a huge, hole appears. This is where he's like, oh, what is happening? This is where, Azel was the one to spoke up. The reason why we seal off your sacred gear, Issei Hyodo, or Hyodo Issei, is because we saw how dangerous you are. With a couple of words, you easily snap. So that's why we decide to seal you off and decide to kill you off. This is where, Issei, what about Volley? This is where he coughed up blood a little bit more. This is where, Volley kind of lands down and says, quite pathetic you are, Red Dragon Emperor, or just brownish hair boy. This is where, we're mostly just weakling bug. This is where Issei glares at him. This is where Volley kind of grins at him. This is where, Issei said, yes. This is where Rias kind of looked disgusted at him. This is where, the other girls also do look disgusted at him. Sorry, little pawn of mine, but I never did love you, Issei, Rias said in such a cold, dead voice. This is where, Issei said, what? I only used you just to get out of that whole stupid marriage with Riser. Pretty much, you were only a good use to that. But other than that, you were nothing else but just a pawn. Can't believe you were so stupid enough to fall for, my little kindness, fakeness. But pretty much, who I really care. This is where she goes up to Volley and kisses him in the mouth and says, "Is my actual true husband." This is where, she kind of points her finger into his chest and starts kind of putting it down. Mostly caressing his chest. This is where Volley grins and says, yeah, this girl is really cute. And I can't believe you fall for her act. You're such a stupid, perverted Red Dragon Emperor. This is where Issei sees the last thing before his eyes turn into white. They roll behind him and he died. This is where, Volley was actually kind of a betrayer in multiple ways. First he betrayed them in the first place, then he went to the side, and then he kind of encouraged the Red Dragon Emperor to see if he's strong enough. But very much it was just a betrayal and an act. Everyone was acting for the longest point, but yeah, even Azia. Because Azia realized that Issei was kind of useless because she kind of died, got killed, and she was turned into a devil, but yeah. So, of course, she really couldn't trust, Issei that much. This is where, or at all. This is where Issei is now. We go fade into black. Issei wakes up. Right now, his eyes widen up and says, "Motherfuck!" This is where Issei says, "Where am I?" This is where, Issei is looking around and he seems to be in a rib cage. A rib cage full of bones all over and red blood liquids underneath him, but yeah. This is where, Issei kind of gets up, but of course he doesn't know where he's at until he hears the voice. Well, if it isn't my pathetic host. Literally, I asked to be reincarnated, and now I'm stuck with such a weakling, such a pathetic idiot, such a lustful and idiotic moron. I might be lustful, but the only thing I'm lustful is to easily kill, females and children. I'm not lustful for their, sexual stuff. I don't really care. This is where, Issei turns around and sees a man with kind of pinkish hair. Of course, having marks on his face, seems to have 4 eyes. Mostly under his actual eyes are 2 smaller eyes, so yeah. So of course they're 4. But of course he's wearing a white kind of kimono outfit with kind of a black scarf. Of course, this is where his hands, mostly arms and slash hands, mostly his wrist kind of has these 2 black kind of if they were bracelets, but pretty much are tattoos. But yeah, This is where, well, pinkish and blackish hair. This is where, well, his pinkish hair is kind of spiky up. But yeah. This is where he's grinning with his very toothy grin and saying, well, 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 you're such a pathetic weakling that I never thought you would easily be killed. Huh. You didn't even get to live that long. My previous host literally lived for so much longer. You died only at your 17. You're quite pathetic, you know that? Smart Issei glares at him and says, who are you? What do you want? Oh? Who am I? Well, in your world, actually, in this entire world or whatever, no one knows who I am. But you can call me Sukuna, a fallen. Not a fallen angel. Well, technically I was a angel somewhat in my previous world, but I'm a fallen. Kinda. You can say something like that. But I am mostly a cursed being. A being made out of curse energy. This is where, well, master of curse energy. A monster made out of curse energy. This is where, well, he says, the fuck is curse? With curse energy? What? Oh, you foolish little boy. I guess I can't really blame you too much. But it's pretty much similar to your magic and your 10 chakra jutsu, whatever. But I don't care about none of that. Curse energy can be used in so many ways. So many techniques that you have to be from Pacific bloodlines, but you can copy them pretty easily if you're the right type of person. But not the point. I am Sukuna. Sukuna Roman. This is where, well, I think that's how you say his last name. I can't remember how you say it. But of course, that's where you say Sukuna Roman. What do you want exactly? What I want is for you to go back out there and fuck up the whole world. This is where, well, Issei says, but how? My sacred gear was sealed from me. I'm already dead. I guess Drake already moved on. Drake? You think Drake moved on? That stupid fucking red lizard? Literally, I used my own cursed energy to bring his ass back. This is where Drake appears and Drake says, where the fuck am I? This is not my usual sleeping place. Where the fuck am I? This is where he looks down and sees Sukuna and Issei. This is where he noticed Sukuna's energy so dark and malicious. Much more darker than even Lucifer himself. This is where, well, Sukuna says, hey, dragon, get into your human form. Because I don't want you to destroy my place, my domain. This is where, well, Drake said, fine. He gets kind of into his human form. He has, what's it called, red crimson hair in his human form. Like longish crimson red hair. He looks to be like in his, like, 30s. This is where, well, in like his 30s, mostly Drake kind of looks like. But yeah, mostly, not in his 30s, mostly in his kind of late 20s. But of course, mostly looks like 27, somewhere around there, but still young. This is where, well, his features are kind of very stoic. But at the same time, very annoyed. A little bit as seeing Sukuna. But of course, he's right now wearing like a, well, mostly the kind of clothing that he's wearing is kind of like mid kind of evil ages, like, what's it called, like, think of, what was his name? Snigel. Yeah, Snigel from Code Geass. Think of his like outfit, but mostly it's like crimson red with kind of gold and green on it. But yeah, mostly there's some green gems on it. But yeah. Now, if you don't know who Snigel is, pretty much it's Lelouch's older brother. But yeah, but not the point. And that's the only person I could actually think of. But yeah, this is where, well, Drake says, what do you want? And who are you? How am I back here? This is where Sukuna says, God, for being a dragon, you ask so many questions. Aren't you just happy to be back with your host? The one person who actually treated you like a friend or something? Bleh. This is where, well, Drake narrows his eyes and says, I guess you're right. But who exactly are you? I feel your aura, and your aura is much more darker than that of Lucifer, Morning Star. Oh, my name is Sukuna Roanoa. Yeah, I think it's not Roanoa. Wait. Now, before I say something, I don't know why I say Roanoa, but Ryomen Sukuna. At your service, Red Dragon Emperor. This is where, well, uh, Drake narrows his eyes and says, okay, then what do you want? Well, I want us. Well, mostly, I'm going to help this little brat. He kind of puts his hand over, well, Issei. And this is where Issei says, huh? Oh, right. You did ask me about something about destroying the world. Why? Because there's not enough chaos in this world. And that whole group of Chaos Patrol, or whatever their goddamn name is, isn't doing much of a great fucking job. Pretty much I want chaos in this world. And I want cursed creatures roaming around this fucking world, causing as much chaos as possible. The destruction, the beauty of all mankind just being wiped out. All the weaklings. Don't you want revenge, Issei? He says towards Issei, and Issei looks down. This is where his eyes are darkened. This is where he looks back up with determined eyes to get rid of every person that hurts him mentally. He wants to just destroy them. He wants to kill them all. He wants revenge. This is where, well, Sukuna sees a revenge in his eyes. It says, good. Well, we should be training then. We're kind of still inside her dead body. But they don't need to know that. Mostly, I'm keeping you kind of looking like you're still dead. I'm not regenerating that hole in your stomach until they leave, or mostly they throw your body somewhere. Which I'm feeling right now. Mostly, this is where, well, we go into Issei's dead body right now being picked up and being teleported somewhere. This is where Issei, no one notices, but this is where one of his eyes did kind of blink out. It was mostly underneath his kind of it was underneath his, eye, his actual eye, mostly underneath, but yeah. This is where, it was looking around, and they got teleported into a forest. This is where Sukuna says, there, I see. So they mostly teleport you into a forest. They probably don't care what happened to your dead body. So we have the perfect chance to train our agenda hole after a while. But we can train your mindscape for however many months. It doesn't matter about how many times you gotta train in using my powers and this Red Dragon Emperor's powers. So, do you want to train? This is where, Issei looks determined and says, I will train to get my revenge. Those son of bitches, bastards, and assholes. I'm going to rip them all into new people. I'm going to slaughter them like nothing but just fucking chickens on a farm. This is where, Sukuna grins and says, good, kid. This is where, mostly Drake also wants to get revenge for the fact that they truly just betray his, mostly his friend, but yeah. And this is where, we go into a couple of month time skip. This is where, we begin into mostly Kuo town being a peaceful town. But mostly, this peaceful town is about to be ruined. Actually, it's already being ruined from the underneath. You see here, so many humans have been going missing. Now, of course, where, a red-haired girl with her kind of husband, mostly her fiance, has been looking into it, but hasn't really found any clue in what is happening. Also, her best friend hasn't figured out anything. Mostly, they try to look for the signature of a stray. They find the stray, but mostly the stray looks to be kind of, like it haven't ate in a while, and they kind of have this fear in their eyes. This is where, they don't understand and have the, have the strays. The strays looks to be fearing at something, but they don't know exactly what. Until a huge explosion happens near the dock. This is where someone managed to dodge, mostly flies up and dodge the attack. It was mostly a yellow energy that he couldn't sense until the last second. But of course, he was confused in what happened. But of course, this fishing spot was destroyed. This is where other cases similar to the same where they got attacked by creatures that they couldn't sense exactly, or even just attacks they almost got hit. Like when mostly Volley kind of had his team here. Mostly Biku, Arthur, I forgot Arthur's little sister, and even Kuroka. Kuroka was trying to look for a suitable mate, but of course she almost got attacked by this weird creature that literally wanted to kind of, turn her into a fucking fried cat. Of course, Kuroka could not sense the chakra coming off from this creature. It seems to be, well, she does sense the chakra, mostly the nature energy from it, but not the chakra or the magic from it. But she felt the evil, malicious intent of nature this creature is. Even though she can't see exactly, it looks humanoid, but it is not. This is where, when she almost blocked a punch from it, her arms shatter. This is where she was smashed into multiple trees. So of course, similar of these cases happens. For Biku was a different case. He almost literally turned into a barbecue monkey by encountering one of these creatures. One of these creatures had only one eye and had a volcano head, mostly similar to that of Fujitoro's kind of like mountain. But yeah, or Fujigoro, whatever the hell it's called. But yeah, whatever that was, it called was it called Jogo. But yeah. But this is where, yes, these creatures seems to be manipulated with some kind of energy. And more of these creatures started popping up, but being lower rank throughout the whole town. It was too unbearable that some humans managed to develop curse energy, this weird energy. But of course, not demons or any of the other supernaturals. They could see the cursed beings, but they couldn't develop the energy. It's like something was preventing them to even develop. And those who get reincarnated into a devil or fallen angel or whatever, they could no longer be able to use this cursed energy. It was only once for them, and that's all. But of course, even though the humans were developing this energy, they couldn't really use it. It was mostly to see their demise from the creature they were getting killed by. This is where, it's like pretty much Kowa was being overrun after only a couple of days. Mostly it's been like 5 days in total. And Kowa is already being halfly overrun. This is where, other towns throughout Japan have been kind of overrun. But some of those creatures are kind of harmless. Seem to be harmless, but not much. And some of the other towns haven't developed any energy similar towards Cool Town. But this is where, someone is right now sitting on a top of a building. Kind of right now having his legs right now swinging mostly down and up. Mostly left and right. This is where, he's looking towards his creation. His masterpiece. Well, not exactly, but it's only a small, what's it called, it's only a small portion of his true masterpiece. But this person is grinning like a madman, kind of laughing like Sukuna. This is where, this person kind of looks at, the cursed creatures running around. He seems to be having 4 eyes in total. Similar markings to that of Sukuna. Having brownish, pinkish hair. But his eyes are red mostly. Red and green mostly, but yeah. This is where, he's wearing a similar suit and coat of that of like Lelouch. When Lelouch kind of became like royalty or whatever. But mostly it's kind of red and gold and green. But yeah, this is where, he's just chuckling to himself, saying, these pathetic weaklings dare to betray me. Now look at what their town is happening to them. They should have never betrayed me. They should have never done anything to me. Now look at their precious town. It's being overrun by my perfect beings. Don't you think, you all 4, this is where, or mostly not 4, all 5 of you, this is where when he turns around, he sees 5 figures. One guy with kind of whitish but reddish hair, and of course right now staying silent. The others 4 is mostly one guy with bluish hair, and his face kind of being like a patch of stuff. Even his clothing is a little bit kind of mismatched but other stuff. But of course, well, his name is Mahito. He's right now grinning and saying, "Yes, humans in this world are so grateful. I was easily born to cause chaos. I am easily able to bring them and manipulate their souls so much easier in this world thanks to their hatred in their hearts and greed. Oh my god, I can feel their cursed energy. There's so much of it. They're literally storing so much of it. Thanks to the affection of people will be able to store so much cursed energy but never be able to use it." But he's just laughing. This is where, well, another figure with one eye and his head being similar to a volcano, kind of exposed a little bit of like lava pops up from his head. This is where he says, "Ugh, I'm just here to fight the strongest being. I'm gonna kick the fuck out of them. And after that, I'm gonna show that I'm stronger than everyone combined in this world." This is where, well, another person with kind of, well, talking, but of course, unable to, well, you can't really understand them for a second until you understand them after a while. This is where, well, this person managed to talk very differently, but it sounded like a female voice, but it wasn't really a female voice. It was mostly, it's not even a female, it looks to be a male, but just buff and other things. This is, well, this thing kind of has horns similar to that of like a tree root, mostly of like a branch. This is where, well, its name is Hanami, and Hanami says, "I believe that all these creatures shall be pure by my energy and wrath for hurting Mother Nature itself." This is where, well, we go into the last one. The last one doesn't talk. Well, it just looks like a giant jellyfish. A red giant jellyfish. But yeah. This is where, well, it just goes bloop. This is where, well, pretty much it just says, "Fuck the humans." But yeah. This is where, well, this person with pinkish hair looks at the fourth creature and says, "I agree also. Fuck these weaklings. Fuck all of them." But let's go on to our second stage. But for right now, we're going to leave it off here. Yes, I'm going to end it off here because, well, I need to go. Actually, yeah, I'm getting tired. But other than that, yeah, I'm getting tired, but bye.